Many say that Vietnam is a defiant nation and not to be conquered by any military in the world. But what if a major superpower, even now, have its eyes set on Vietnamese land? What happens will be shown in this video, which will show the Vietnamese history against America by battles. Let's start and hope you enjoy the video. Following the signings of the Geneva Convention, Vietnam is split into two, North and South Vietnam. The defeat of the French-Indian Bien Phu campaign shook the entire world and sparked a fire of revolution for independence in the surrounding nations. On March 8, 1965, around 3,000 US Marines landed on Da Nang through the coastline. The thing awaits them unlike they were expecting, like the landing on World War II or Korea. There's only South Vietnamese officers, schoolgirls, and curious onlookers. Not long after the landing on Da Nang, the US had the first major clash with the Vietnamese. It's the Battle of Ia Drang in 1965. America showed its firepower advantage with air support and artillery. North Vietnam also see that and hug the enemy, which means that we fight in very close quarters combat, force America to not use their superiority weapons. Not recovering from the shock at Ia Drang, Vietnam again punched America straight in the gut with the Tet Offensive or the Mậu Thân Offensive in 1968. On the Lunar New Year, everybody guard is down, but not the Vietnamese. The Liberation Front of the South, not to be mistaken with South Vietnam, launched a surprise attack on the South and its allies. The American embassy, police stations, and many other important points was captured by the South Liberation Front and the North Vietnamese. America and its allies bring heavy firepower to push the liberators back and successful. For America and its allies, it's a victory in diplomatic reasons, and for the liberators, the victory is shocking America and inflicting heavy and major casualties on their enemy. Also, to make one final talk, nowhere is safe. Fast forward a few years, there is the Second Battle of Quang Tri with the Quang Tri Citadel. 81 days of that place is hell on earth. Nicknamed the human meat grinder, this is the most brutal battle with the highest casualty rate per square meters in the entire war. The old citadel is one of the strategic points for symbolic and propaganda plus diplomatic reasons. The South Vietnamese and Americans have a massive firepower advantage, while the North relied only on infantry. The North successfully held out for 81 days, but both sides endured heavy life loss. The North and its allies proved power to pure determination, and while the South failed to capture the fort with minimum casualties. On the same year, the skies of Hanoi and the north side of Vietnam light up in flames. Operation Linebacker 2 or the 12th Day and Nights have started. On the 18th of December, the northern skies of Vietnam lit up for 12 nights and filled with roars of anti-aircraft battery and jet engines, deleting the peaceful night that the civilians once had. This is the largest aerial fight and the final major one in the Vietnam War, with hundreds of B-52 in the US side. They dropped more bombs than called for Bad Kid at Christmas. While the battle remained mainly a Vietnamese victory, both sides have claimed victory over it. In my opinion, the North Vietnamese should take the victory on this one because the Americans, despite their major aerial superiority with a lot of planes, bombers, a lot of them like the F-4 Phantom or many other advanced aircraft, cannot take the northern skies, mainly with anti-aircraft batteries, the down-tiered MiG-21 and MiG-17, and a lot more to it, but they cannot take the skies of Hanoi and have to admit defeat on the not the Geneva Convention, but the peace treaty. After the 12 days and nights, the major campaign that I have to talk about is the Hue-Da Nang campaign. It is late March 1975. As the name suggested, the campaign is to liberate Thừa Thiên Huế and Da Nang. The assault on Hue started first. The liberators cut the National Highway 1 at the Thừa Thiên Phú Lộc section and circled Hue and Da Nang. The South Vietnamese flee due to the fear of being trapped. They fled to Thuận An coastline and Tu Hiền coastline, but got blocked by the liberator. Hue have been liberated shortly after. Da Nang is the largest military base for the 1st Army Corps of the South Vietnamese Army, so the artillery makes sure to rain down their strategic points like airports plus infantry advance to end the 3-day clash. The PAVN flag fly in Da Nang, signaling the campaign ending and a Vietnamese victory. After the liberation of Hue and Da Nang, we have the Central Highlands campaign of early April 1975. This campaign is one of the greatest troll of the entire war. Basically, the PAVN let out a fake news that the highland is very well defended, but not the northern part of it. The enemy general, believing the fake news, fall into the trap and make a lot of catastrophic mistakes. First, the supply line is cut, making the situation for the South Vietnamese even more dire. While the enemy is in surprise, the PAVN in foot soldier with armor support to take Buôn Ma Thuột city in a blitz. Every attempt to retake the city failed. The South Vietnamese make a desperate retreat on Route 7 but got ambushed and obliterated. This is a definite PAVN victory. The Ho Chi Minh campaign, which is the final military campaign of the entire Vietnam War. The 2 previous campaigns, which resulted in victory, created a chance to unite these nations one and for all. This is the largest mobilization of the PAVN in the entire war. The Army Corps 1, 2, 3, 4 and armored brigades were mobilized. The Must-Win Squad used the captured American A-37 to bomb Tân Sơn Nhất Airport, cutting down the retreating point of the enemy. Heavy artillery pounced on enemy position on 26. Important roads and supply lines cut in the 27th, and large-scale armored assault on the 29th. At precisely 10:45 a.m., the President Palace falls in the hands of the liberators. 11:30 a.m., the former President Dương Văn Minh declared no condition surrender, ending the Vietnam War after 20 years. The nation is once again in one piece. Well, it's the end of the video. So now you know the entire war of Vietnam against America. So if you want more content like this, comment down below. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So for the meantime, see you later.